How do we begin? Today we are analyzing more song intros, and today they're going to be from the Ratatat album Classics. So diving in here, we have Montanita. And you hear it coming in, fading up, big fade in. That'll probably hop right in the notes. We're going to start it over here though. Let's see what we got. It's the chords, it's the melody. It's the drums. We are kind of just going right in almost to the full A section, but let's go drums, chords, melody with a big fade in. Big ol' fade in. Big ol' fade in. Oh, face. Fade. There we go. Typing successful. A little turnaround there. Continuing to fade up. Kind of the same thing. Still rocking it. Then we go to the B section. Did we ever even go back to that? I was trying to get the full context of kind of how that intro fits in with the song. But anyway, we see it. The A section, it lasts for a good bit. And has pretty much everything you'd want. Actually, you know what? I left out bass. Is there a specific bass line that this has? Not really. I would say it doesn't really have a bass until the B section. So we're going to let it ride. Move on to Lex. That's drums. Classic drum intro right there. Some bars. And then a transition. And then pretty much everything. I'm going to just leave it at just drums though. The intro is drums. Let's hear it one more time. Pretty much 4 bars, got a little transition, and then bang, thrust right into the A section. Is it 4 bars? We're gonna say 4 bars. 4 bars. Full transition. A to full A section. Bang. Rocking it. How about some Gettysburg for your ears? Drums. Very similar. But then just the chords. Then way later bass and melody. So similar to Lex. 2 bars. Then chords alone. Cool. Wildcat, here we go. Filtered drums. And small chords. Are we gonna call the guitar the melody? Probably not. Bass is in, classic sample comes in later. I would say like, I'm not gonna call that guitar the melody. I'm gonna say plus guitar teaser. Anyway, it's a good time to acknowledge the fact that we stepped slightly aside from the IDM space, if I dare call it that. But this is a classic album. Can't dispute that because it's fucking called Classics. Okay, here's Tropicana. It's the chords. I'm gonna say this is it's nowhere near as atmospheric as we just went through the Boards of Canada album in the last episode here. Nowhere near the level of atmospherics of that, but they're using the drums reversed there to kind of give it some atmospheric. It's not just the chords by itself. So, rocking it there with the old yellow button pressed. Moving it on to Loud Pipes, a classic. It's all there. We got drums. Gonna press that purple button. Bass. Chords. No melody. It's basically the A section without the melody. A section without melody. Some shorthand there. Rocking it. And no guitars. You need like a little bit. If we're doing a actual strong song structure breakdown, which I actually have done for this before too, maybe we revisit that at some point. You start to look at, you know, how that A section develops. We have the chords, but we don't have the guitars doubling over the chords. We're not going into that depth right now. This is really just, again, more about we're listening to silence right now, and then you're hearing a song. How do you get from one to the other? And we are pressing the colored buttons here. Orange and purple and green and yellow. One blue so far. Let's hear Kennedy. Nice reverb on the guitar. That's it. That's pretty much it. We rock it. Chords, drums, boop 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 boo, the bass. All right, the bass comes in too late though, so we're not going to count it. We're only looking at the first 10 seconds, and that was 20. We went double over quota, which means it's time for Swisher. Ooh, chords. Acoustic guitar for flavor. Haven't touched that yet. Then drums. Actually, the 10-second mark seems to be when the next thing comes in, because it's always about, let's actually count. I keep saying 4 bars. Is it 2? Is it 4? It's 4. That's what I thought. 4 bars, then drums and such. Fuck yeah, these notes, basically, like, you're just gonna be able to look at these notes and just write an absolute banger of an album when we're all done with this. Anyway. Nostrand. Dr. von Nostrand. Shh, it's a quiet one. Big ol' fade. That bass line, it creeps right in there, but boy does it cook. It's not there yet. So we're gonna say just drums and chords, slap the big old fade on there. And we only have one more. Kind of a short album, but it's distilled to its finest elements. Woo. Another big old fade here. Big old fade. Okay. I'm gonna say drums, and then I'm gonna actually count those as atmospherics, those kind of bass washes. I'll put slash bass. It is the bass of the track, but it's hard to say. Hard to say for sure. But that's it. We're not done, but that's the last song. Let's crank this open here. Zoom in on it. Maybe not. There we go. Zoom. Hell yeah. We did not. I repeat, we did not press the this button today. That was the pink button. We're calling it pink. We didn't press it. Almost every song had drums. One song had atmospherics. It was light, but it was there. The only song really that started with one element. Two. So we had Swisher, only started with the chords. Last one only started with the drums. But it's kind of a longer intro. Honestly, I don't think 10 seconds really gave it justice. It was more of an 8 bar instead of a 4 bar. It was 4 drums, then 4 more with the drums and the bass, or the atmospherics. However you want to categorize that. Anywho, The interesting thing here, obviously there is no right or wrong answer here, but now we got 3 albums to click back through. GeoGaddy from last time, gonna have to move that over. This was a lot of chords and a lot of atmospherics. We'll go back to Aphex Twin, selected ambient works, 85 to 92. A lot of drums, just a lot of drums. And then what am I gonna pair with the drums is kind of how I view this one. So, it makes sense. That one's more of a drum machine based album. This one, obviously very much a chord and atmospheric driven album. This one, quite a bit different, really, material than we looked at previously. But drums and chords, really, this is more of like, it blurs the line between rock music and electronic music, but it's definitely more a rock song structure. And that's why I think you start to see the drums and the chords really setting the foundation for the songs as they come in here, letting melodies, bass lines, things like that come later. Honestly, not too much atmospherics, more of a, again, kind of the rock environment where I pointed out the reverb of one song. It's not like there's this giant plate or anything. It just, you could hear the guitar in the room, and it just, that is that type of atmosphere rather than having samples of a beach or wind or whatever it might be in a Boards of Canada album. Anyway, though, we're cooking right through these. I hope you're enjoying them so far. The more that we do, the more we'll start to see patterns and compare and contrast. And I think really that's the part of it that's going to be interesting. It's just to see the different approaches over time, make mental notes, put them in the toolkit, and start to, build more confidence towards getting those intros banged out. Songs are not dreams. They don't start in the middle. But they could, if you want them to. That's your call. Anyway, see you next time.